This is my first video. I'm a little nervous. I hope someone watches it. If not, then at least I got to look through a magazine and relax. A little bit about me. I've been watching ASMR videos since about 2011. I used to watch this app called SoothTube, and they posted videos that were part of what was then called the Whisper community. Now it's called ASMR. I like all kinds of ASMR. Of course, I like the classics like gentle whispering, latte. I also enjoy some newcomers like Relax With Me, Kawas, Calm Moon, and many more. I decided to start my own channel because I thought it would be fun, and I like different kinds such as magazine flipping, study with me. I like role plays, but I'm not really cut out to do that kind of thing. So I thought I would just start and try it out and see how it goes. You know, just because I love ASMR doesn't mean I'll be good at it. So I hope someone will watch this and enjoy. And if not, well, I enjoyed myself. And the more I think about this channel, the more ideas I have. So I also, you may hear, I have a couple of cats, so you may hear them in the background, but I've tried everything I can to quiet the environment. So let's start this magazine. I watched the Barbie movie maybe about a month ago in theaters, and I didn't go into it with high expectations, and I came out loving it. I thought it was so fun and campy, and it had a great message, and I grew up having Barbies. I wasn't allowed to have the Barbie dream house, so I used to build my own homes within my bedroom with books and handkerchiefs that would make a couch, for example, or I would make beds, whatever came to mind. So let's start. Margot Robbie, isn't she just beautiful? She was perfect to play Barbie. I know this is the original Barbie. I never had that one. I grew up in the 80s, so I have 80s Barbies. It's the ultimate guide to Barbie. Meet the cast and crew, secrets from the set, all about the dream house, plus everything you need to know about Ken. I loved all the Kens. Oh, really, I loved all the Barbies too. The ultimate guide to Barbie. She's everything. He's just Ken. A doll like no other. I used to bring my Barbies into the bath with me, and I would pretend that we were at a water park, and they would jump off the faucet into the water, float around, swim. I'm sure I wasn't alone in that. Big screen debut. Was that incredible, the set that they built? It was so funny how all the houses were open, no windows, just like the dream houses. I loved all the costumes and the hair and the makeup. Margot Robbie said, the first time I read the Barbie script, my reaction was, oh, this is so good. What a shame it will never see the light of day. I think it's incredible that it had such a strong message and that it sold so well. Some of the politics were, outside of what a lot of people believe in. So I was pleasantly surprised. Personally, I believe in those politics. So it was very enjoyable for me. Yeah, Margot. I remember that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. I did not watch Harley Quinn. I may, I don't know. I'm not a big cartoon, or what do you call it? Not cartoon. I'm not a big comic person. Ryan Gosling. He did a great job. Many of you probably saw the videos behind the scenes of him rehearsing to do all of his singing and dance numbers. I loved watching that. I wasn't expecting Will Ferrell to be in it. He played a good role. And America Ferrera, I didn't know she was in it until the day I watched it. I don't like to go into movies knowing too much information because then it sets me up for expectations. So I loved her role. It was so relatable. And I like that she helped save Barbie Land. Were all of these women in the movie? I think so. It's hard to remember. I've only seen it once and it was about a month ago. When it comes out to streaming, I'll rewatch it. But I think they were. I apologize for all the super fans, if there are any watching, if I said the wrong thing. I love this actor, Simu Liu. He's Canadian as well. He was in that CBC Netflix show about Kim's Convenience. I actually live near Kim's Convenience. Sort of near. So that was a good show. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but it was very funny. I just think he's so I'm not someone who gets crushes on celebrities, but I like him. Rhea Perlman from Cheers and other things. I like Michael Cera. I loved Kate McKinnon's, was so funny. I think we all had that one Barbie that we defaced. Mine was a gem doll, and she had a switch on the back of her neck which would make her earrings flash. And I grew up in a house with, I only had a brother and he didn't like dolls, but I felt it necessary to write my name in ink all over Jem, just so no one would take her, because I loved her so much. I remember getting in so much trouble. I didn't cut any of my dolls or any of their hair, but I really wanted to, but I knew I'd get in trouble. So I washed their hair and did different styles and crimped it and braided it. I know that this video is soft-spoken. I don't know. I need more practice to see, can I do whispering? Can I do soft-spoken? We'll see. Get Lizzo. Mean Girls. That was such a good movie. I've watched that many times. Obviously, I'm not going to read through all of these articles because we will be here for a long time. I loved how the props, how they did the, here comes my cat, Henry. I love how the props, how they did the rollerblades. I don't know if anyone remembers, the rollerblades looked a lot like that. They were just plastic and very simple, so that made me laugh. Also, all of the neon colors. Remember in the late 80s and early 90s, neons were very popular. I also laughed at watching Margot and Ryan walking down the street in their Barbie Western clothes. Can you imagine them walking down a city street like that? That would definitely turn heads. Greta, who made the movie. This whole article is about her. Of course, my neighbors are making all kinds of noise now that I'm recording. Are these the original Ken and Barbie? I used to love going to the Barbie aisle in the toy store when I was a kid. Look at all the new Barbies. Look at all the new clothes. I always wanted a new Barbie. Of course, my parents had to say no to me many times over. But I had quite a few, I would say. Maybe 5? It's hard to remember now. I don't have them anymore. When I moved out of my parents' house when I was, 18, I didn't bring those with me, so I kind of wish I had, though. They probably sold them at a yard sale or something, because what are they gonna do? Keep years of children's toys in the house? I don't think so. I remember that Ken with the plastic brown hair. I didn't have that outfit, but I had that Ken. I think these are all kind of newer Barbies. I didn't have any of these Barbies. All these different jobs and also hobbies. That's really cool. When I was growing up and I got older, there's a lot of criticism of Barbie, which I understand. I like that the movie kind of flipped it. For me, it was, sorry, Henry's coming to visit. For me, it was a mix. You know, it didn't help me with my body image. Not a lot of things in the 90s, if you grew up in the 90s, you know, did not help. But when I was a kid, my parents would say to me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And my answer was always Barbie. I don't really know what that meant, other than I wanted to have a house and a car and friends and boyfriends and clothes. But it didn't really look like a job to me. I think I just wanted her life. Don't we all? I didn't have any of the homes or the cars. So when I went to friends' houses who had the homes and the cars, it was very exciting to me. All I wanted to do was play Barbie. I remember being at a friend's house. Oh, Skipper. I didn't really like Skipper. I think I had one though. That Barbie's beautiful. Look at her. Oh, there's scandals. Uh-oh. I did see in the movie there was a Skipper that grew boobs. I don't remember that as a kid. My parents probably were like, we're not getting her that. Oh, it's an Oreo Barbie. I was just thinking her face was beautiful. Oh, God. I had a pregnant Barbie, but I don't think her name was Barbie. I think it was like Laura or something. She was pregnant and then she had a little girl, and then you had to buy the husband and the son, the little baby son, separately. But I didn't buy, my parents wouldn't buy me that. They bought me the mom and the daughter, and I was always like, I want the whole family. It's funny, a lot of my stories are about, well, I wanted this and I wanted that. Well, growing up in the 80s, I would watch all those Saturday morning cartoons and all that marketing towards kids, and all I ever wanted was every single toy advertised. And I wanted to go to McDonald's for lunch because McDonald's advertised. And of course my parents were like, no, we have food at home. And I survived, so. Oh, the new Millennium Barbie. Look at all these beautiful Barbies that came out when I was too old to have Barbies. I love that they had more diversity, body diversity, hair diversity, I hope. Here it's not as clear, but I never saw an Asian Barbie. That's incredible. Well, I mean, I guess it shouldn't be, right? It should have been all along, but those were the times, and thankfully they have changed. I remember when I was older and they came out with the sort of plus size Barbie, and I liked that. I remember, and I'm sure there are strong Barbie collectors out there, that they don't even take their Barbies out of the box. Remember there used to be Disney Barbies? You could buy Cinderella Barbie, etc. And they were collector's items. I never wanted to buy those because I wanted to take them out of the box. Look at that Barbie with the beautiful, thick, curly hair. Isn't that beautiful? Tina Turner Barbie? Is that really a thing? That's David Bowie? Audrey Hepburn. These are older Barbies. Amelia Earhart. I remember when the Misty Copeland Barbie came out. I never saw these in the store just because I was young, or I was too old to buy Barbies then. They have a Billie Jean King, Heidi Klum, Laverne Cox. I love that they have trans Barbie. Isn't that wonderful? Rosa Parks, Dr. Maya Angelou, Dr. Jane Goodall, Helen Keller. There are Star Trek, X-Files, X-Men, Wicked, Wonder Woman, and Star Wars Barbies. Wow. Isn't that incredible? Pink was my favorite color growing up. I'm sure it was Barbie influenced. I had a pink bedroom. My dad had been redoing our house, so I asked for my room to be all pink. My walls were like a baby pink. They had white trim, white ceiling. My carpet was Dusty Rose. Shout out to all the 80s fans of Dusty Rose carpet. And I had a pink canopy bed. So I was very lucky to have those things growing up. When I got older, I was too cool for my pink bedroom, but I enjoyed it for a few years. I didn't watch any of these Barbie cartoons. I was too old for that. To get back to the pictures here. These are old style Barbies. Look at the hair. I love when you look at old style hairstyles from the 40s and 50s and 60s, and I just think that was a lot of work, and those women needed all kinds of skills to do their hair, skills that I don't have for sure. I would read teen magazines to try to learn how to do my hair when I was young. I could do some of it. Read how your girlfriends help teach you. But now that I've been an adult for quite a long time, I kind of don't know how to do my hair anymore. I try to do things. I've watched some YouTube videos. Wow, that's a lot of latex. She looks cute, but you know that girl is sweaty. I don't know. I try to do things. You know, you see current hairstyles, and then you try to do it yourself, and it doesn't look quite right. I was always kind of an average girl, always wishing I was prettier, always wishing that I could have perfect clothes and perfect hair and a perfect body, but I have to do a lot of work on myself to move on from that, but there are still times where I wish things were, you know, my hair was thicker, or, you know, we all have those things, right? If we have fair skin, we wish we had deep skin. If we have straight hair, we wish it was curly. You know, look at pregnant Barbie. I know I was watching a channel, Curiosity Inc., where this gentleman, he buys and sells collectibles, and they had something like this, and it was unopened, and he said it was very, very valuable. I can only imagine. There's a Barbie channel? No kidding. I didn't know there was a Zendaya Barbie with her Vivienne Westwood dress. Doesn't she look beautiful? And it does, her face does look like Zendaya. I don't know why I'm so surprised, but things change over time and get better. I love that black dress. Barbie was born on March 9th, 1959. She was $3? Gosh, in the 80s she was expensive. I don't know how much she costs now, but I assume a lot more. Now she has movable elbows and wrists and things. They didn't have that much when I was a kid. They were just kind of bent. Whew, that's a big piece of luggage for Barbie. Anyway, I know this is my first video, so it's not going to be the greatest, but if it was going to be perfect, I never would have started. So I'm going to keep trying to do these magazines. Also, I'll be studying for a class soon. We'll see what other ideas come to mind, but if anyone does watch this video, please be gentle. It's my first attempt, and I'm sure there's background noises and cat noises, and I probably at times speak too loudly, or my camera work isn't great, or I'm sure a million things. Don't we all just hate listening to our own voices? So I'm just doing my best for today, and I'm going to try to improve over time. And if nobody watches, that's, obviously I want someone to watch, but if they don't, well, I'm relaxed and doing something that I enjoy. So I hope everyone was able to relax and look through this magazine with me. And thank you for watching my video. Good night.